Hey, I just told you that I cannot attend a cat show.
Well, you've made, unfortunately, you've ruined the Australian cat show.
I haven't ruined it. They'll still go and they'll have a good time.
Well, I just worried that I was under the impression you're free and you wanted to do it,
Yep.
and they've probably printed flyers already.
You made the call this afternoon. I've never shown any interest in cats, except an interest.
Well, this is
in
news to
disliking
me.
them.
Maybe my bad for not picking up on your vibes enough, but now I feel like a fool, and I feel like I've let down the cat people.
The thing I do have on that day, and it's a legitimate excuse,
Yep.
which I am reticent to tell you.
Here we go. Golf fest or something. Some sort of golf carnival. You'll dance around a giant golf tee totem pole, waving your sticks.
My brother now knows. My brother now knows what it is after my mum and dad rang him to see if he wanted tickets to go along.
To golf fest?
Not close. And he's been threatening to tell you. And so again, getting ahead of the scandal.
Get ahead of the scandal, Anna. That's our number one rule on the show.
Have rehearsals for the school concert.
What, you're in a school concert?
It's
Concert or musical?
What's happened is
What has happened? Okay. That's a great place to start. Yeah. What's happened?
My music director back at school days, and I was captain of music, as you know.
Oh, big whoops, mate.
He's retiring.
Yep.
And so they've asked everyone to go back and sing their lead song from the musical.
What? Hang on. What, for like a greatest hits of all the years that he was the schoolmaster?
Yes, so there's 12.
So you can't do a cat show. You can't go to a cat show, which would actually be a barrel of fun, and there's a cinnamon Burmese cat there. It's very rare. But instead, you're happy to go and sing My Fair Lady and sing the... Is that what you're singing? Singing your hit song of Every Gentleman a Penny, or whatever the main song from it is. Of My Squeaky Farthing. What's the song?
The song is called the song is called I'm Getting Married in the Morning. It's a famous song from the play.
Is it? Yeah. Are we going to play that this hour, Jack?
Yeah. And about a month ago, they asked me whether I'd go back and sing, and I've been trying to keep it. Well, more than a month ago, about 6 weeks ago.
You would have said yes in a heartbeat.
And I did say yes, and I am looking forward to it. And
this is really... I mean, this is the thing that doesn't... This and your love for cats are probably the two big things you try and hide on this show. It's that you're a musical aficionado. I think secretly you think this is like you're a bit of Hugh Jackman. You've got a Broadway streak that you're happy to let out.
Similar to Hugh, I'm doing one night only.
I don't think it is similar to Hugh. I reckon he's done Broadway.
Yeah.
How many people in the audience?
1,600.
Or were they telling him something else was on that night? Yeah, guys, this way for free beer. Gotcha. It's musicals. So hang on. How many other former music captains are coming back to sing
10?
The Scones Are Done to Your Mother? Oh, My Velvet Blanket.
I think there's 10 or so, and
10.
I think so. Yeah.
My God, what a night!
And
now from 1998, Damien Fastweather singing "Mr. Palmerston's Rose." You really think 1,600 people are turning up to this, mate? You'd be lucky if you get 13. You'd be lucky if you get the families of the people. That's how school musicals work. Who turns up to a school musical outside of the families and friends of the people directly performing?
It's a school known for its music, mate. It's very good music. And
Jack, you're into music. Are you going?
I'm not going.
Well, anyway, that's what I'm doing on...
How much are tickets?
I don't know.
Jeez.
I think it's over $30.
I have a certain budget for... like concerts and festivals and stuff I'll spend for the year. Like, So, yeah, $30 you say. I've got, I suppose I've got...
Anyway, it's 2 weeks.
Sonic.
Today it's 2 weeks. 2 weeks today. It's the night of that.
Showtime.
And the Sunday we're rehearsing with the school choir and the orchestra.
So you're singing out the front, and then there's a giant school choir behind you.
Yeah, a bit like that thing at the London Symphony Orchestra did with Les Mis, where
Nope.
there's
Absolutely not.
where there's a microphone out the front,
they're
and
professionals.
they
That's
come
the
out,
London Symphony Orchestra.
and they come out,
And
they
those guys are
sing,
professionals.
Yeah, like
You're-
best of West End type.
You
And it's
sung
a mega mix of
when-
all the musicals.
Your voice is broken since you last sung this, so that's going to be a big hurdle for you to jump. First of all, you've got
Anyway.
what's known in the industry as the pubic hurdle.
Anyway, so I can't do the cat show.
No, you can't. But if I was you, I'd be calling up the school saying, guys, I've got a cat show. I have to judge. There's a cinnamon Burmese there.
It's Hamish and Andy.
They probably think.
And,
Sorry, can I just jump in? I'm still digesting the fact that in 2 weeks' time, you will be returning to your old high school and singing with 10 other old boys from the school.
No, this isn't like a radio stunt of like, oh no, he's going back to high school. This is something that I knew you'd find out about, but I'd been keeping it quiet because I've been pretty happy with myself. There's been 7 weeks I've kept this under wraps.
Yep.
Nearly 2 months where you
I think-
haven't had your stinky teasing paws on it.
I'm not teasing you. I think that at a high school level, when you hear kids sing, it's impressive.
Yeah.
I don't know why you get the right to come back and bore everyone 15 years later when you haven't done any singing.
It's a basically we're thanking the music director who's retiring.
What's his name?
Trevor Henley.
Trev. Well, so we just got someone tweeted. Pete just tweeted Hamish and Andy. Interesting. Now I haven't seen this film, but he says, Andy, stop your lies. You're not going to the retirement of the retiring guy. That's just the plot from Mr. Holland's Opus.
Is it?
I don't know. I haven't seen the film, but it
Neither
seems
have I.
plausible. Jack, have you seen Holland's Opus?
No, I haven't
Okay,
seen
can we
it.
have-
It wasn't a smash hit.
Has anyone out there seen the plot of Mr.
Yeah,
Holland's
it is
Opus?
the plot. So he's retiring, and all the old singers come back.
Yeah.
So they've stolen. Your high school's stolen the plot of Mr. Holland's Opus, and they're trying to make it Trev's Opus.
No, they're not. It's just what it is just a nice way to send off a magnificent man with great service to music in the school.
From my perspective, you've shown no resistance to coming back to sing My Fair Lady.
No.
Which leads me to believe you've secretly been dying to do this. And this is no more than an exercise. I wouldn't be surprised if you secretly emailed the school and said, you know, it'd be a nice way to see out Trev. Get back all the old boys, specifically Andy. That young man had golden pipes, and get him to sing I Shall Be Waiting for Thee on the Riverside from My Fair Lady.
They wrote back, isn't that the plot from Mr. Holland's Opus?
No one's seen that.
Hey, Ham, yesterday I mentioned something to you on the show that I'm involved in and have been working on for about 6-7 weeks.
And I think it's fair to say that you're pretending that you've been roped into this, but this is all your dreams come true.
I haven't pretended I've roped into it.
They put the hard word on me.
No,
You
they
know
didn't.
what it's like.
I didn't say any of that.
More like I was chaining myself to my old high school fence and saying, I will not unlock these chains until you agree to give me a singing spot at the school concert.
This is how it came out yesterday.
What, you're in a school concert?
What's happened is
What has happened? That's a great place to start. What's happened?
my music director back at school days, he's retiring.
Yep.
And so they've asked everyone to go back and sing their lead song from the musical.
What? Hang on. You're happy to go and sing My Fair Lady and sing the... Is that what you're singing? Singing your hit song, Every Gentleman a Penny, or whatever the main song from it is.
There's not any gentleman, every gentleman a penny.
Whatever it is,
Yeah,
Ando.
sure.
Butchers in the Attic or something. Whatever the show tune is, right? You're getting up there and singing.
Butchers in the Attic. No, it's not. It's called...
Oh, I've got butchers in the basement. I got butchers in the attic.
We know that you have a giggle at musicals from time to time, but hey, it's a school night. It's a music night.
for school children.
Yeah, no, and because this guy's been there for a long time, that Trevor, they've invited past captains of music back to perform.
Perform their hit songs. It's amazing. It's like you're coming back to sing. It's like you think this is your number one song. This is like you think you're John Farnham singing You're the Voice here. Like, look, all right, I don't do it very often, but special treat for the school. I'll sing Hounds Upon the Pansies.
Hey,
What's the song you're singing?
It's called I'm Getting Married in the Morning.
Right.
Anyway, the
I've given you two better songs to sing.
something that came up yesterday when we were discussing this, and I know this came about, kind of out of the blue, that I decided to confess. And I got an email shortly after we discussed it, and that sickening email you get from the school.
Oh, you've been cut.
No.
You're out.
Close. This was meant to be a surprise for Trevor.
He wouldn't have heard.
I'm hoping he didn't hear, but that was you and I had a good laugh about it yesterday, and
Trev.
It was meant to be a surprise.
He certainly has been mentioned, hasn't he,
Yes,
Trevor? I think
he
we were
has.
calling it Mr. Trevor's Opus, because there were rumours swirling that this move of bringing everyone back to sing their hit song was the plot line of the film Mr. Holland's Opus with Richard Dreyfuss. We neither of us have seen the film, nor overnight have we investigated it, so we still can't give you an update on whether or not that's the plot. But it sounds about right.
Yeah. So I'd like to share the guilt a little bit today. Mm-hmm. If you're sitting... I got excited yesterday and I wanted to tell you.
Of course you did. This is the thing you've been campaigning for secretly behind the scenes because you have a dark love of show tunes, which is fun. And let me stress here, Ando. Yeah. I don't want kids that are currently in a high school musical to think I'm having a go at them. That's what you're meant to do, guys. You're at high school. I did the same thing. I was jumping around in Oliver and stuff. And that's a
you
fun
wouldn't
thing.
Have sung. There's no way
I
they
was
let you
Mr.
sing.
Brownlow, mate.
He doesn't have a song.
Yeah, but he's a featured part.
No, he's very small.
Actually, yeah, I belted out a few bits of the chorus, not on stage, but they needed the extra oomph from backstage. That's the thing. I salute you guys. Enjoy that. And then for people that are in the professional musical theatre, enjoy that. But for someone going, guys, I haven't done it since, I'll come back and pretend I'm a professional singer. I think it's fair game. And I think you have to sing it in a Cockney accent, don't you?
I do have to sing it in a Cockney.
Unbelievable.
Anyway.
Oh, who's this? Mrs. Worcestershire. What a surprise.
Anyway, hey, Mum, I know
can't
wait. No one might call in.
Yep.
But I'm hoping, and the hope is, and the risk we ran yesterday and the risk we're running right now talking about it, the hope is that Mr. Henley, the director of music back at my school, hasn't heard it.
Yep.
And the excitement is getting to tell the surprise. 13 10 60. Are you sitting on a surprise out there? Would you like to risk that person hearing it?
Well, just to live on the edge with you. Yeah. Just to go and publicly announce a surprise.
Just join me.
Oh, whoa. Isn't this like someone going, guys, I accidentally smashed my car. Would you guys also like to smash up your car?
It's a little bit like that.
So 131060, people going, look, it's my dad's 50th.
Yeah.
I'm banking on him not listening.
Yep.
Yeah, we can have a little surprise party.
Exactly. That's what I'm asking.
High
Are we
stakes.
dicing with danger?
High stakes.
So Ricky joins us.
Ricky.
Hi.
Are you willing?
You want to risk a surprise?
Yes, he's actually possibly listening to the radio right now, and I'm actually outside of his work watching him.
Oh, right. Okay. This is, we're doing it. We've got the audio from our nudie run coming up after 5 o'clock. This is kind of like the thrill of a nudie run. You might not get tackled here, Ricky, but the risk is there.
So, Ricky.
Yes, well, my heart is pumping very hard.
Good, Ricky. And what is the surprise?
Well, it's Father's Day coming up, and we've got a little baby girl. It is his first Father's Day, so I've actually got his new stereo system sitting in the back of my car.
Right, and so you looking at him now.
So now it's out.
You were thinking, is he listening to the radio right now? Has there been any movement from him? Has he changed the way he's sitting?
His boss just walked out of the shed because he's a mechanic.
Right, okay. So maybe you've got away with it.
So you've got away with it, Ricky.
Maybe.
Say it again. Shout it out.
It's even bigger risk, though, because it's actually sitting in the car and I'm waiting for him to finish work.
Oh, you are wild. You are a wild child, Ricky. You're doing laps and laps because you're taunting him.
Thank you very much, Ricky. Max, tell us, mate, you want to risk ruining a surprise in the hope that someone's not listening now.
Yeah, g'day, boys.
Max.
I'm coming back from... I just got off a plane. I'm coming back from the States. I've been away for a year, and Mum doesn't actually know.
Max, this is a great move. This is one of the greatest moves you can pull.
So you are doing the surprise return home from overseas without telling your family and your mum, and you're on your way to see her and surprise her now.
Yeah.
And you're risking it.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about the risk now, Max?
Oh, she actually lives in the country, so
Hey, this show goes regional.
We are regional here, Max. Hopefully, she lives in one of those valleys that struggles with FM reception.
Yeah.
How far away are you from her house?
probably like another 2 hours.
Yeah, great.
Right,
okay, so you'll hit it during scoop.
That's a bigger risk as well, Ham. I mean, because the news can travel to his mum.
It'll travel over the back fence. It'll travel very, very quickly.
Exactly. So, Max,
best of luck.
Good
Max.
luck. We tweet us later on and tell us whether it was ruined or whether the surprise worked. Hamish and Andy is the Twitter handle. Huge show. So much we got through. If you missed anything, hamishandandy.com. The podcast is there as well as all the videos. I mean, we won a year's supply of Extra, the chewing gum.
Jeez, it was a hard-fought battle, but we won it off our mate Aaron, who contended that there's not a single man in Australia that wouldn't take 2 pieces of the individually wrapped Extras. We're not talking pellets there. No. We're talking 2 out of 2/7 of the whole pack.
Look, it was a brutal back and forth. It was well debated, and but that's all in the podcast.
That's all in the podcast.
And with that, it took a lot of energy out of us. But you and I haven't had a chance to really sit down and catch up.
Let's do that now over jazz. Ando, you'd say Wally from Where's Wally?
Yeah.
His name's not Where's Wally. I mean, you made that critical mistake as a child, didn't you?
Yeah, at the
book
parade. Yeah.
But his name's Wally.
Yeah.
Thurcell. You just never know his second name. You'd have to say that he's probably the sprightliest guy going around that has a walking stick, wouldn't you? Like,
yeah.
He's very, very young to have a walking stick, and he never needs it because he's off.
Did the Monopoly Man have one?
He had a monocle, which is in the same category.
sorry. Yep. Yeah, but you're right. Wally doesn't really.
He doesn't. He drops it all the time.
Drops it all the time. And in half the later books, it goes missing a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what injury he had?
He rolled an ankle near the pyramids.
Hey, Ham.
What's up, man?
Just going through kind of a homewares department store during the week. Saw a toaster being sold, brand new toaster.
Yep.
The new deal, with this toast, you got a pair of those bamboo tongs where you can collect the toast after it's done.
Okay. Yeah. I can see what they're doing there because they're not metal.
Yeah. Guys, toasters, just make the toast come up higher.
Let's increase the lift.
Let's increase the lift.
If
you idiots, you nincompoops.
If the toast ejected so hard that 2 out of 3 times it landed on the bench, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. Exactly. I'd rather have it fly onto the floor and I just dust it off than have to dig around for it. Big time. I'm with you, mate. Ando.
Yeah, mate.
You've seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Certainly have.
How many times?
1.5.
Watch it again.
Okay.
You won't regret it.
The back half? Or?
No, make it 2.5. Watch it fully again. You will just not regret it. Who would regret it?
I don't know.
What a great film.
It's a long film.
A lot of people only watch it once, and it's worth 3.
Hey, Ham.
Go.
You know how the loos here at work, the lights are on a time sensor?
Oh, right. I thought you meant the actual state of them. They're an absolute disaster.
I know.
They're like day 9 of a music festival. They're horrible.
Let's not get into that again. But the lights are on a time sensor.
Yeah.
I got caught watching the cricket highlights.
No, the lights went off again.
The lights went off, and there's no natural light, there's no windows.
It's the most embarrassing thing in the world.
So you just kind of, I mean...
If someone comes in, they see a closed cubicle and they see your feet. And they go, what's this guy doing in here in the dark?
That's what happened
you have
today.
To go out, cricket.
I waited. I didn't want to finish up in the dark either, so I just waited for someone else to come in, and they did, and surprised the hell out of someone.
Yep. You have to yawn and go, been in here all night. What time is it? Hey, Ando.
Yeah, mate.
You know how you've begged your old high school to let you come back and sing a show tune at some sort of school concert?
They've asked me and I've said yes.
Yeah,
I've agreed to. Yep.
That's your version, but there's a lot of speculation. I mean, you haven't sung a show tune since year 12, so you're coming back. But I know you fancy yourself as a bit of a singer, and you think you're going to absolutely murder this show tune. What's your favourite show tune out of Mr Punston's Apple Tree and Don't Forget Your Petticoat, Dear Susan? Because I like them both.
Yeah, they're both classics.
Probably for me, it's Punston's.
Oh, we don't.
There you go, just proving how popular show tunes can be, and you can both have favourites.
Thanks for being with us, everyone. Anything you may have missed, hamishandandy.com. Plenty of videos up there. Iggy Azalea this week, as well as Streaking Dark. It's all at the website, and we will catch you next week.
Have a great weekend. Have a great one.
Before we go this afternoon, our final part, Ham, we chatted to Hugh Jackman. He just announced his tour, Broadway to Oz, the arena shows.
He's done this show in America, phenomenally successful.
Yep.
People went bananas for it all over the States, Ando. I couldn't help but notice a little bit of a similarity between what you've decided to do recently in your life and what Hugh's been up to. Ando, at the moment, this is really interesting that you've made this announcement because last week on the show, he dropped a bomb on me and said he's going back to his high school because he was the music captain back there.
Wow.
And you're bringing a one-man show where you're singing like Broadway songs. Suddenly Andy Lee has gone,
actually, Hugh's copied me because I've announced mine.
Well, I mean, Hugh did his show a few years ago in America on the real Broadway, not at the school theatre. So
You were music captain.
Andy's going back to his high school voluntarily to sing something, I think, from Much Ado About Nothing or
It's mine.
10 Pigeons in the Roost or some sort of show tune. What's the song?
My Fair Lady. I'm doing a song from My Fair Lady.
Which one are you going to do?
I'm Getting Married in the Morning.
Fantastic.
Doolittle, yes.
Yeah.
The music director at my old school is retiring after many, many years.
Yeah,
and as a
card.
tribute to him, they asked me to go back, and all the old captains of music are going back and singing their song in their final year.
Their song?
Yeah.
Was that your song?
To be honest, I haven't told Hamish this yet, but it was actually Peter Badger's song, but he's unavailable.
So you're the ringing.
It was myself, Simon Barlow, Peter Badger, we tap dance.
You didn't even sing.
Did you?
So did you sing
a little
it?
tap to
I did not sing.
He didn't even sing the song. He's an understudy for this Mr. Holland's Opus.
Can you still tap?
I haven't tapped since then, but I did tap we had lessons, one-on-one lessons. I had them for 6 months, 3 times a week.
Are you going to tap?
No, I'm not tapping this
come
time around.
on.
No, this is just like,
The tap dog's got a sore paw.
It's kind of like when you see kind of West End in concert where they've got a big symphony orchestra behind them, the Campbell Grammar School Orchestra and the choir.
It's not
and
like that at all. Like when you see a guy who works on the radio who sung for a bit when he was in year 12, go back to his high school and step up as the understudy.
And it's televised.
Yeah, sure. And so, who's got the pay-per-view rights? Look, Hugh and I are happy to be musical coaches, but if we're going to coach you, if we're going to take you on, we'd just love to hear the first.
I like a little
We'd like to hear the first
refrain
stanza.
too.
I'm getting married in the morning.
Oh.
Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. I don't know the estimate.
Pull
out the stopper. Let's have a whopper. Get me to the church on time.
Oh, I've got a chimney I need to sweep. Where's me horse? Where's Stan my horse? That's me favourite.
Anyway, that's the song.
Thoroughbred.
You know the one.
I do, but now I'm actually, my mind is thinking I might have to get you up there in the Rod Laver Arena, do a little bit of tap, a little bit of something, a little bit of, yes.
You say this like it's a challenge for Andy, but secretly this would be his dream come true. He's already polishing his shoes.
I would love to tap
Would
with
you?
Yeah, Hamish is going to go rollerblading with Vance Joy later on in the year.
Mate, I'll come. I mean, if it's tapping, you can do. I mean, maybe I can be the guy with the cane in the back. Or is there a cane guy? What are the cane
We're
guys?
going to work something out.
Okay,
will we do it?
Yeah, we'll tap. It's a deal.
Or what other major skill can you have that's going to wow? Juggle.
Yeah.
Can you unicycle? I mean, you've got 3 months.
No, but am I keen to learn? No.
Because I think I've got a catwalk that goes down the middle. That's what I'm thinking, juggling whilst we tap. I don't know.
Do you want me to break dance?
Yes.
I mean, if we're learning how to do different dances.
Oh, that would be incredible. What about if you spend
guys
3
tap.
we tap for 3 months.
Yes.
You break
I'll learn how
dance.
to break dance. Do you want to pretend to pick me up from the audience? I'll be like, no, not tonight. I'm not doing it.
We might have blown the surprise here. Maybe. But I have like a satellite stage, so you could be just like big spot come down, like it go black and come in. Just
do the worm or something.
It's a deal. The cricket's back to start back up.
Oh, it is.
And so,
Not ready to.
Mate, good luck with it.
Well,
Thank you.
I mean, you've got your song to warm up for. Now you've got tap rehearsals.
Yep.
I've got breakdancing stuff to figure out.
And
Well, I'm worried about you, Haim, though, because I know you get a little obsessive about your things when you get into it.
Probably will, won't I?
So you can become
I might accidentally
Breakdancer.
run away and join a breakdancing crew. So is there any My Fair Lady in the show, in your show?
There is now.
Jeez, there is, isn't there?
Yeah.
With breakdancing and or bagpipes. I'm just throwing a few more gimmicks my way.
That's all we've got time for this afternoon. Be sure to check it out. Ticketek.com.au /Hugh Jackman. His arena spectacular, Sam. Broadway to Oz.
And for the shows that, Ando, you pop up in doing tap dancing, and if I'm there doing my TBC skill, because I didn't feel like anything was like solidly locked in. The great news, and I've had this confirmed from the Jackman camp, he will still offer that show at the normal price.
What, you think it should be worth more?
Oh, well, you'd think so, because there's extra performers on stage, there's more art brought to the performance, it's a much more exciting night.
It's actually doubling or tripling the amount of performers.
And yet, that's the Hugh Jackman we all know and love. He's still going to offer that 3 for the price of one show at the regular price. So do go and check it out on Monday when they go on sale.
HamishandAndy.com. The video's up there of our chat at my house while watching the cricket with you.
There was also an awkward bit that no one really mentioned on the night where we were chatting and I had my hand slung behind the couch.
Yeah.
And Hugh also went to sling his hand behind the couch and we held hands during the interview, but no one brought it up or mentioned it. There was a small bit. We held hands for a second.
And touch
then
hands, I think,
went,
better.
Oh, here we go.
Touch stand's a better way of saying it.
Always great when you accidentally touch hands with someone, especially when it's during an interview.
It's all at HamishandAndy.com. The podcast is there as well. We will catch you tomorrow for a Pants Off Friday, everyone.
Have a good night. Okay, in a nutshell, Ando.
Yep.
Next week, your old high school is having a night of song and dance.
It's a tribute. It's a tribute concert to the music director who is leaving after a long stint there. Much loved, Mr. Henley.
Mr. Holland's Opus. This is exactly the same plot as the film Mr. Holland's Opus.
It's not the same plot.
So ex-students, this was your claim. You go, look, they're asking all the best old singers to come back.
They're asking...
And to do their hit song. Basically, come back, sing the song you sang in the High School Musical.
Yep.
And it'll make Mr. Holland go nuts.
Mr. Henley's his name. and it was meant to be a surprise, which I blew.
Yes, you accidentally blew it on air. But the way you were phrasing it was, for example, Marty Fitzgibbons, he's coming back and singing, a tea towel full of pansies. And that will make Mr. Holland go wild because...
No, I didn't phrase it like that at all.
And then you were like, look, my hands are tied. Oh, guys, I've been asked back because I was head of music. Yeah. I've been asked to come back to sing, what was it again?
Get Me to the Church on Time, I'm singing.
Get Me to the Church
Some
on
people
Time.
call it I'm Getting Married in the Morning. Similar kind of thing.
Oh, AKA.
So
it's part of the titles in brackets, is it?
Well, Get Me to the Church on Time is the name of the song. It's from My Fair Lady.
Yeah, cool. We all know and love it. So that was the thing you were running with, like, guys, I've been asked, Mr. Holland's going crazy, that I sung this at school, and this was my big hit, and this is what got me heaps of kudos in the school ground, and it's what I'm known for, essentially.
I didn't say any of these
you
things.
were Jack, am I wrong? He was phrasing it like that.
He was alluding to that.
Then last
Never
week,
was Jack going to back me up.
last week, I'm at your house and your mate Tim's around, who you did go to high school with. You and I didn't meet till uni. Timmy Santa's there, and he's going, hang on a sec, that was Paul Smithenby's song. Or someone else's song.
Peter Badger was...
Just as silly a name as Paul Smithenby. That was Peter Badger's song.
It was Peter
And Andy suddenly starts going, oh, no, what's that? Is that a fire alarm? Do we have to get out of the house? And then everyone's gone, whoa, calm down. What do you mean it was Peter Badger's song? And Andy's gone...
Peter Badger's unavailable. He's since moved away.
So now we find out that Andy's rung up the school and gone, listen, I've heard about this night of song and dance. Get me on stage. I reckon I've still got it. And they've gone, well, it's actually Peter Badger's song. And Andy's gone, hey,
no.
Who's got the radio show? Who's going to get you the press? Get me on that stage and tell Badger there is no night of song and dance. And tell Mr. Holland I'm ready to bring it.
Okay, none of that happened.
So I find out you're the understudy.
And I was, yes, an understudy, and I sung alongside him.
But even Tim Santa at your house knew that it was Peter Badger's song. It's known as Peter Badger's song.
Well, it was.
So
I mean, he was in year 12. I was actually in year 11 at the
You
time.
thieved it from him. I'm not impressed by that. Are you trying to impress me? So anyway, that night...
actually, one of the rare year 11s to get a good...
Oh, here we go again. This is a familiar tune, unlike the one you'll be singing on the night. I was like, wow, isn't this a bombshell? Because I was over at your house. I was like, Ando has revealed to everybody that he was actually the understudy and this wasn't his song. So I ran upstairs and I mic'd up your room because I knew you're a fiend for going into your room and thinking out loud. And I mic'd up your bedroom and wasn't I surprised when I retrieved the black box. I'm just coming into my bedroom to think. You stay down there, Beck. Don't come up. And turn up the music. Don't listen to me think. It's going to be loud thinking.
Settle down.
Bring out the old thinking piano.
Andy, you're a sham, you're a fraud, man. Have you lost your damn marbles? Blast your silly jig is up. I feel like Lord Peppercorn from the hit musical. 12 pennies and a peanut, where Lord Peppercorn gets caught.
And/or dinner.
Coming. What say you, sir?
I say it's very clear that you're not going to be invited back to your school for any type of singing.
I opted out of the musicals, yet had the lead role
You
in
did
both
not-
upper school productions
you-
of the dramatic play.
You
No
were in-
musicals.
You were in Oliver.
That
you
was
can't-
middle school, you idiot.
You were in Oliver, and you were the only non-singing role.
And I revelled in it, and I still,
You missed the Brown
still
also.
kissed Laura at the after party, even without singing. So shame on you. Hey, look, 13, 10, 60. I mean, we've all had a lot of fun here.
I haven't.
But I've had twice as much as a normal
I've had
man.
zero amount
So
of
the
fun.
aggregate amount of fun in the studio is about the right level. Here's the thing, though. True or false? I know we're going to move on. Do you have to sing in a Cockney accent?
Yes.
13, 10, 60.
I didn't even want you to know about
13,
this whole
10,
thing.
60.
So
I would
what-
like people to call up now and just ask Andy a question about his weekend, his life, whatever. An open-ended question. Just has to be not a yes or no. And Ando, I'd like you to practice your musical Cockney accent. We've got some musical beds to play.
don't
You have
need-
to answer the question in Cockney song. 13, 10, 60. What a great way to finish the week.
Awful. Ham, you think you're helping me?
I am.
I don't need your help.
Ando, it's only barely 5 days till your night of songs and dances for your old high school. You went to a school that excelled at music. You wished to be amongst the cool men at the school, and so you knew to get there, a surefire way was to have a signature song in the upper school musical. Now, you led us to believe, my friend, that you sung I'm Getting Married in the Morning, when in fact, it was Rowan Badger. What was his name?
It's Peter Badger.
Peter Badger. Peter Badger was the guy that actually was getting all the fame and accolades and babes. Not from your school, it was a boys' school, but
school, yeah.
probably the teachers were looking at him and going, well, grow up to be a fine
we
young
actually
man.
did do the play, the musical with another school.
Then I stand by my babes comment.
Yeah.
So, in fact, we then...
In fact, the same year level as one of your girlfriends back in the day, Eleanor.
probably was with Peter Badger. She certainly would have had her eye on him. Now, I find out that you, in fact, did not... this was Peter Badger's song, and you've rung up your high school and said, listen, who's Peter Badger these days? He's no one. Give it to me.
Done this.
Give it to me. Then why are you singing it?
Because I got asked to.
After begging.
I didn't beg.
They asked for mercy.
They-
Stop calling us. If we give it to you, we'll
They inquired, and I said yes, I can do that. And then because apparently Peter's unavailable.
Oh, what a surprise! He's tied up in your basement. So anyway, you're going to this night of song and dance next week to try and rewrite history and have people think that this is your song. So poor old Peter Badger's missing out. Now it's you're singing. So you're singing "I'm Getting Married in the Morning"
Yep.
from the
Get Me to the Church on Time.
hit
Yep.
musical My Fair Lady.
Yes.
You have to sing in a Cockney accent.
Yes.
Which is hilarious. So I thought on 131060, let's get you your musical Cockney tuned up. People, here's how it's going to work. We've got some Broadway music to just play behind this. Chris is going to kick us off. He just is going to.
What does he do?
We'll ask you a question about anything. You just answer musically, like just sing one line, one or two lines in a Cockney musical accent.
Okay.
You ready, Oliver? Okay, Chris.
Yes.
What's your question, mate?
Just wanted to know at what stage Andy thought he was better than Peter Badger.
Well, we met.
No, not narration. Singing.
I don't think I'm better than Peter.
Then why is it tattooed on your arm?
All I'll say is he's unavailable.
And you mean him the greatest harm. Very good.
Thank
Very good. Harley. Harley, what's your song for what's your question for Ando? And he must reply in Cockney song.
My question's, what's his plans for the weekend?
Take it away, Ando.
My plans for the weekend.
What a voice.
I'll get a few of me old china plates.
What a gorgeous voice.
Slang for mates.
We know. Don't buy time.
Have a few pints.
Yep.
And that'll be lovely before retiring to my house.
About as exciting as most musicals. Have we got time for Sean?
I don't
Sean.
think so.
I think we do. Actually, we're just being... What's that?
Look, we're running hideously late.
Grumpy Dave's just walked past. Time extension. We're on air till 8.
Last one.
Sean.
Hey, Andy, what kind of shampoo do you use?
Ooh, let's hear it in Cockney music.
Excellent question, Sean, me mate. I use Pert 2-in-1. If that's still a thing, I find it great fun to rub the suds through me hair from dawn till dusk.
A long hair wash.
It's a long shower, but wash I must.
Really good, but heck of a that's the hit song 12-hour hair wash from the musical Hair. Ando, are you? I mean, when do we get to hear about how your weekend went? Because am I right in saying that you had rehearsals for your high school night of song and dance that's coming up this week?
I had yesterday on the Sunday. Yeah,
Full Sunday rehearsals.
Went back to the school for Sunday rehearsals. A lot of students were there for Sunday's rehearsals.
In fact, people that haven't been paying attention to this, correct me at any point here if I'm wrong. You caught wind of the fact that
you're already wrong.
You caught wind of the fact that one of your teachers, Trevor Hendy, the Iron Man, Trevor Henley,
yes.
He's a music guru. He is being farewelled from the school.
Yes.
So, as a bit of a gift, the school has invited, went back and was saying to students who had a classic hit, had a classic song at school, the number one artist from the last 10, 15 years. Hey, the song you sung in the musical, won't you come back, sing it for Trev?
Yeah.
It's exactly the plot from Mr. Holland's Opus.
It's not.
None of us have watched the film, but a lot of people are saying it's Mr. Holland's Opus. So the school's passing that off as their idea, but it is Mr. Holland's Opus, the Richard Dreyfuss film. So you caught wind of this plan, and this is a detail that you tried to hide from me, and special shout out to Tim Santa Maria, who's one of your schoolmates who uncovered this. The song that you're singing, which is Pocket Full of Pansies?
So it's called Get Me to the Church on Time.
Get Me to the Church on Time, Mr. Winkelstein. Is one of the characters in the musical.
It's from My Fair Lady, yes,
right.
sung by Doolittle.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So that was actually not your song. It was a guy called Pete Badger's song.
Yeah,
and you stole it.
No, I haven't
stolen it. So you caught wind of this thing and you went, oh, hang on, guys. Well, what's this night of song and dance happening?
No,
I'm Andy Lee. I will tell you who's singing the songs. And I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I will sing.
I got invited back because Peter Badger. I did.
Stole it off Pete Badger.
I haven't stolen anything. Peter was unavailable.
This stinks of conspiracy.
No, it's not. Peter
so
was
you've twisted the school's arm, and now you're singing this because you fancy yourself as a bit of a musical theatre.
I've just been asked back, and he was the director of music
after some pestering. All right, Andy. If we ask you, will you unchain yourself from the school gates? The students have to learn.
Anyway, I did go back yesterday.
So finally, you've got your dream.
Yeah, to go and be on school grounds again. It was a weekend. This did make me laugh. Weekend rehearsal for all the students. Had to come back in the orchestra as well as the choir, etc.
I would have hated that.
And one guy didn't get the memo that it was casual clothes.
So you straight back into your old tricks. Did you grab him, spin him around by his tie until it was a peanut?
No, but I
straight up stamping your authority again.
I saw the back because I was out the back and I saw him arrive, looking around, and he was running a bit late. He'd clocked like 3 people in casual clothes. He's like, "Oh no, have I got this wrong? No, maybe they've got it wrong, or if they come from sport or something."
The only thing worse, it's like the adult version. If you were a cop and you turned up to like the first day of a big undercover sting and you wore your uniform, oh, sorry guys, I get it. We're still police, but we're allowed to wear jeans. I got it.
So he quickly tried to take off his tie and untuck it.
There's just like, you can't untuck his shirt. That's just a cool pair of woolen pants and a nice grey shirt.
So no one was fooled by
Classic
that. No
move.
one was fooled by that. So yeah, but bad news for that guy, but that did bring back some good memories.
How excited you are. Because essentially you were just, all that's happening in your head is going, how wonderful this would be to be at school on Monday to tell everyone so we could find him and laugh at him.
That's not true, not true. Very much against bullying, but it is a very funny thing.
Laughter's the best medicine, though.
I got told off, actually. I got told
What did you in
off.
trouble for?
I was telling another one of the old boys about the guy with the school uniform, and
Just trying to get a small gang together because we sensed he had some money on him and we wanted some Skittles.
and the
Unbelievable,
teacher, Mr.
mate.
Bishop, the teacher, turned around and went, shh, during like the rehearsal, and I realised it was me, and I got shushed again. And
Then did he realise? Did you shush him back?
No.
Well, because I assume you've got a higher power in there now.
No,
Because
I
you're the
was
guy that used his profile to get a gig.
I was back to,
Why didn't you offer the kid your jumper?
well, because I was
You
cold.
should have made him. Should have made him look like a hero.
Hey, well, it's from a distance, all right. Anyway, he's fine. He's fine. Other good news. So, anyway, I got shushed. That really didn't take me back to school. I was in the auditorium and I've been shushed again, which is annoying.
Well, it's a 1600 seater, isn't it?
It's
You did say 1600 on the show, Jack.
I think it's.
You did say 16.
Well, it's over 1,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll find out. We'll
so-
find out because we're going to the concert this week.
You'll find out.
God help you if it's
There's-
not over 1200. Because am I right in saying here, Jack? And he spent most of his time trying to make us think this is like just trying to like impress us.
Well,
with
he's trying to
stuff
prepare us for how important it's going to be and how professional the students are going to be.
Yeah, you don't. I feel like you don't
He
want
said
us to come
when,
along
when
and
we
cause
come,
trouble.
if we come on Wednesday, he said, well, you can't muck around or you can't talk.
It's a black tie event.
Yeah, it's like it's
you
like
know that?
it's
The-
like
the-
we're
the
his
audience
redneck
is going.
cousins coming in. Like, if he's going to come and do donuts on the Oval.
You are.
Mate, you're not high society. You keep and then keeps trying to tell us about how cool the song is. He goes, actually, guys, it's actually a pretty cool song because it's
I've never said
it's
it
about
to-
actually
He
getting.
did. He did. He said they encouraged the jocks to sing the song.
You're making
This
up
is the song with the
quotes now.
jocks.
I never said that. I've never ever said
Because
that.
actually, guys,
Jack,
this
turn
is
your
about
microphone off
yeah,
because
this is
you're
about
lying.
this is actually about having a pretty big night before your wedding. So it's actually a pretty cool song.
I did not use the word cool ever. I did
It's
point
actually
out
one of
that
the raddest songs of, it's for the renegades. I'll probably wear a leather jacket. That's still black tie. Black leather jacket and a leather black tie. That's what I'm expecting.
Okay, you guys can continue on your fantasy discussions.
He has been pumping up that it's a cool song.
I've never said the word cool.
You were trying to impress us on Friday.
I did. Anyway, I don't think there's zero chance of impressing you two when it comes to this musical piece. So I've given that.
No,
away.
we know you'll do a great job.
One person you might be impressed by though, and this is the key thing out of what happened. And I don't want to use his name because it's meant to be. The whole thing was meant to be a surprise for Trevor. And we started talking about
we'll
it.
keep it. We won't mention it after today.
And I know we've been barreling on, but there's another guy that sings after me who did go on to do like proper performances. Like he went and did stage theatre after, and some big performances. And he comes out and he's doing a West Side Story number.
And he's a professional musical theatre.
He's good.
And this is my
He's good.
contention.
Yep.
That's the kind of guys I want to see. Guys that are masters of their craft.
Well, most of them
Not
are.
just a guy that is failing and refusing to let go of Year 12 stardom. Or Year 11 stardom, as we found out, because
Yeah.
Peter Badger,
Yeah.
it should be his song.
Yeah.
This is why they were trying to get Peter Badger, so there wasn't an obvious dip in quality before the Broadway star comes out.
Well, I'm just glad I'm before him. That's the feeling for me.
And he'll be annoyed because he'll cool the room right
What?
down. And if Peter Badger was out there, it would have been piping hot.
Well, I don't know. I feel like my performance will be as good as Peter's.
He's still doing it. He's still doing it. Wherever you are, Peter Badger, our hearts are with you.
Hamish and Andy. Haim.
Ando, I know we've already discussed this briefly on today's show, but for those people just joining us, welcome. This week, you are heading back to your high school for a night of song and dance. It's a festival, a celebration of one of your music teachers who's been with the school for 50 years, Trevor Henley,
Okay,
famous Iron Man.
No, he hasn't been there for 50 years. But yes, Trevor Henley, the director of music,
Henley.
much loved,
Yep.
and he is retiring.
Yes.
And so they're looking back at all the musicals
Yep.
he did.
All
And
the musicals.
A lot of old boys are going back and singing.
It was an all-boys school that you went to, and anyone that had a number one hit single from their musical
No,
as sold at the tuck shop. Get a vanilla slice.
Yep.
Buy one. Why not pick up the album from the musical that the Year 12s are putting on? Anyone that had a hit single from one of the musicals is coming back to sing the song. All the way back through to your level and years previous, I assume.
I think I'm the oldest.
Okay. Well, long story short, you shouldn't be there because the hit song from your year was actually sung by a young man called Peter Badger. You heard about this night, no doubt, in the wind. You've always fancied yourself as a musical theatre aficionado. You've never done any. You did it at high school. You did one amateur production afterwards.
Yeah.
But I think in the back of your brain, you've always gone, I was robbed of a career on the stage. So seeing this as a chance to get out there in front of 1,600 people, you felt that you'd been robbed. So you snuck into I know that your parents live nearby the school still. You often go to your parents' house to visit. One night on your way home, you've seen the big notice board up out the front of the school that the local real estate agents have donated the signage. You've gone, hang on a sec. Night of song and dance. Why haven't I been asked? You jump the fence, you sneak into the bursar's office, you look up the files, open up the files, who's singing what? Okay, My Fair Lady. What's this one? I'm Getting Married in the Morning. Peter Badger. No, delete. Andy Lee. Call up the school the next day. You say to them, hey, listen, it's Andy Lee here. I understand you want me to sing I'm Getting Married in the Morning from My Fair Lady. And they say, no, Andy, I'll just bring up the file now. That's oh, no, your name is in there. Oh, I thought it was Peter Badger's song. And you're like, I've never heard of him. And so now, through a bit of espionage, you're singing the song I'm Getting Married in the Morning that was not yours.
That or he's unavailable, Peter's unavailable, and I was his sidekick in the musical. And,
interesting. And that's your version, is it?
Next in. Well, it is the version. It's the
because
truth.
Located Peter Badger's phone number this morning, and I would now like to play you excerpts from an interview from a documentary I'm making, an upcoming documentary called The Badger's Lament. And this is a conversation I had with the man whose musical role you stole just a few hours ago. Well, first of all, Pete, thanks so much for joining me. I know this is a difficult time for you.
It is, yeah. I'm a bit cut up at the moment.
Sure. What does the song I'm Getting Married in the Morning mean to you?
It was an important song for the musical and it was really close to my heart.
And you were the main singer of the song, weren't you?
Yeah, that's true.
Andy was on stage, but you wouldn't say anybody was under the mistaken impression that it was, quote-unquote, his song.
No, definitely not. No, it's definitely my song.
How do you feel knowing that Andy's now going back and singing this song and claiming it as his own at Trevor Hendy's big night?
I feel a bit let down, really. Andy's a good mate and he's just trying to wipe me out of Campbell Grammar musical history, which is it's really important.
Do you feel like you were given the appropriate opportunity to be the one starring in what rightfully should have been your song?
Look, I live interstate. I'm really busy with work. It was a big ask to get down there, but if I knew that Andy was going to take my leading role, I probably would have tried to move heaven and earth to get there, but it's just too late now, and I suppose I wish him all the best, but I just want to tell everyone it was definitely my song.
Do you think Andy's celebrity status had anything to do with him forcing the high school to give him the part?
Definitely. No, I'm just an architect, so sure. I suppose that's the way it goes.
Thank you so much for your time, Pete. I know it's a very, very difficult subject for you to talk about. We really appreciate you sharing some insight from your heart.
Thanks, Hamish. I really appreciate your support.
Well, at least one of us is looking out for Pete Badger.
I went to primary school as well with Pete, so there's a fair bit of history there.
Well, mate, you can imagine the damage that your treachery's done to his heart.
Look, he's unavailable, mate.
Oh, you heard him say that. He would have moved heaven and earth if he knew you were going to go in and poach his song, but I guess it's too late now. The show must go on and the crook will take the stage.
The crook? What? It's Hamish and Andy.
And coming up this week, in fact, it's, only a couple of nights away.
It's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, jeez. God, dust off the tux and sing the Looney Tunes opening song because this is it. you've got how your pipe's feeling nice and warm. You've got your high school's musical night, a night of song and dance, and it is a wonderful. For people who haven't heard the show last couple of days, we've discovered
there's no dancing.
A cruel and horrible. I suppose it's a bit of a horror story, where a young man called Peter Badger, who was a stud and a hero at your high school, was offered to sing the song from the hit musical My Fair Lady. Offered to sing the song "I'm Getting Married in the Morning."
Yep.
Now, in your own words, it's been verified that this was the quote-unquote cool song of the musical.
I've never said that. I've never
You were like,
said
it's actually, guys, about having a drink and getting drunk before your wedding. And, it's really held up there as the Renegades song in the musical theatre world.
No, it's not.
So
Probably the Jets from West Side Story would be more of a renegade.
You've heard this, right? You've heard that the idea of this whole night is that one person from each year level for the last 15 years gets selected to sing their hit song that they sung at school.
Yep.
Now, Peter Badger was the man that sung this song.
Yes.
You heard about this. You screamed over to the school on your motorbike.
I got asked.
You kicked the door down and you said, "Change this, or you won't be getting married in the morning. I'll be burning the school down in the morning." And they went, "Oh, that's Andy from the radio. We don't want to upset him. He has the power to destroy us. We must succumb to this." And the rest of the school board, no doubt, was yelling, "We don't negotiate with terrorists." And the bursar was saying, "Well, we have to on this one occasion negotiate with a terrorist." So you got your way.
That,
and
or I was invited to sing. Peter Badger's unavailable.
Stole the song off Peter Badger. We had him on the show yesterday. He was devastated. In his own words, that is his song.
The Badger's Lament. I heard that small documentary.
And he was devastated to find out that you'd robbed him of this chance to, go and show off in front of his parents instead of you going to show off in front of yours. Here's the thing, Ando. We've been talking about you singing this song, and you do have to sing it in a Cockney accent. We haven't heard really much of you sing it.
No.
Now, you laid down a rehearsal version yesterday.
Yes.
The master version. First of all, I just want everyone to hear a little snippet, just so they can get it in their head what we're actually talking about. This is the song that you begged and pleaded for your school to let you go back because, in your words, it's the cool song, and you didn't want anyone else having the cool song. Okay, Jack. So when I point to you, hit the button. Or try, you said in your words it was the cool song. Go.
I'm getting married in the morning.
That's Andy Lee.
Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. All out the stopper, let's have a whopper.
Get drunk.
But get me to the church on time.
So that's you singing the cool bit, where it's like we're having a whopper.
That's me singing the song, yes.
Let's have a whopper. It's nothing to do with Hungry Jacks. That's more of a whopper of a night, is what you're going for. Here's the thing, though. It's a night of song and dance, and we've heard you singing 13-10-60. What choreography?
There's no dance.
Here's what I would like from the people.
Yeah.
We've heard the song. We get the vibe. I think it goes for about 5 minutes, doesn't it? Like, it's a long song.
It's what we're doing tomorrow night is a mega mix of all the songs, all the musicals from the last 15 years. So my bit's not 5 minutes. No, it'll be a minute tops.
A minute of that.
Yeah.
So you can't have any dance moves that last for more than a minute. 13-10-60. I would love to do a bit of radio choreography.
Sure.
Okay, because if there is such a big dance component and you haven't put any effort into the dance,
There is no dance.
then we've heard the song. What dance moves do you think match Andy's singing? Straight off the bat, I can't get out of my head. And tell me if you think this is on the right track, Jack. The sort of the arm swing,
a box step.
Is that what it is? Just digging your fist. Arm at 90 degrees, swinging it back and forth.
Yeah.
Just that move. I'd love to see you start with that.
Doing this.
Marching on the stop. Oh, geez. And he's actually adding moves. See, you're dancing in a square.
It's a box step.
Well, 13-10-60, really, people, the phone lines are jammed. Everyone wants to get involved and choreograph your big song. Will you put him into your performance?
No. Okay. If I hear one that's good enough, I might. That's simple. I might. Hamish and Andy.
Can I just say, Ando, the people that listen to this show are brilliant.
Yep.
The level of creativity with the choreography that people are calling in with here is your high school night of song and dance, where you will go back tomorrow night to your old high school and perform a song that was sung in the musical during your senior year.
And I want to point
not by you, by Pete Badger, but you've stolen the starring role of him.
I want to just point out, this was not for radio. This is something that was sitting silently in the wings.
You did it to show off to your parents.
No.
Why are you doing it?
Because I liked Trevor Henley.
And you think you're good
No,
at singing the song. Well,
the
there's no
music-
other reason to steal a song off Pete Badger.
I didn't steal it. He was
I
unavailable.
wouldn't steal Pete Badger's song unless I thought I was better than Pete Badger. And I don't think I'm better than Pete Badger. And I'm surprised that you're so happy to go on the record and say that you're better than Pete Badger.
I'm not saying that. All
Why'd
I'm
you steal
saying,
the song?
I didn't steal a song. I was
You got a
invited
sad Badger now.
after it was unavailable.
He'll probably boycott the whole night.
Yeah, it's the equivalent of Peter Badger putting out the song in Hard Rubbish. And someone else has come along and collected
That's
it.
not
He
what
didn't want
Peter
it.
Badger was saying yesterday on the show. He
was
sung this
coerced.
song at high school 15 years ago, and now he's been usurped by a guy that just pulled a few strings and forced the school to invite him. Still, we play on. We play on, and tomorrow night you will strut out on the stage and you will show everyone that you haven't lost it 15 years on. You've tried
Never had it.
You've tried so hard to make it happen. I hope you enjoy yourself out there. Let's have a little listen. This is your rehearsal of your Cockney song, I'm Getting Married in the Morning.
I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. All out the stopper, let's have a whopper, but get me to the church on time.
I'd be interested to hear Peter's, actually.
Do you know what? For me, that version does lack a little bit of Badger. Still, it's the night. It's a night of song and dance.
I think Peter had me covered. I'm going to do an about turn on this. I think Peter had me covered in Year 12 and he got the part fair and square, but I reckon I've got him covered these days.
Well, we'll never know because you pushed him out unfairly. It's a night of song and dance. We've heard the song. What dance moves should
There's
Andy
no dance.
Should Andy do?
Yeah.
13 10 60. Michael, you got
Yeah,
a
hi, how you going?
Yeah, great, mate. You've heard the song. You obviously love it.
Yeah, great song.
What dance do you think, Andy? Like, what dance move matches that song in your professional opinion?
It conjures up images of Dick Van Dyke, a la Chitty Chitty Bang Bang or Mary Poppins.
That's
Yes.
actually music to Andy's ears. That's his secret fantasy to be Dick Van Dyke.
Yeah, so what are you expecting? I mean,
Swinging around a lamppost, clicking your heels.
Yeah, that high awkward knee jump thing, and
Yeah.
being 2 steps behind everybody else in the choreography.
that suits me to a T, Michael.
Can you do a high awkward knee jump for us on stage tomorrow?
Well,
Andy?
with the costume that I have to wear...
What? What? What is this? You're going as a chimney sweep.
I had it.
Halt broadcast. Halt broadcast immediately. I didn't know you were in a costume.
Yeah, I'm disappointed I've let that...
What's your
I've
costume?
let that slip.
What are you going as?
Well, I had to get fitted for the costume on the weekend.
A gentleman, a
well,
horse
a guy
trainer.
getting ready for his wedding, but it's like in back in the day. It's
Do you have to wear a wig, a powdered wig?
No, it's early. I think it's early
1400s, 1900s.
Yeah, I think so.
So, are you a chimney sweep? Are you grimy? Do you have to put grime on? Musical theatre fake grime?
Some other people will have fake grime on in the
Can't believe, Jack, we're going to a night of song and dance where people are going to be out the back getting artificially grimed up.
That's
so what's yours?
We're getting ready for a wedding, so I'm going to be in a coat and tails. And
Hang on, isn't it I'm getting married in the morning?
Yes.
What are you getting in your wedding outfit for at
Because
8
he wants
o'clock
to
at
have
night?
a big night and go straight to the church.
That's why it's the cool song. Andrea, what choreography should Andy do now that we know he's in a costume?
Hey guys.
Hey,
Dad.
Are you a choreographer, Andrea, or have you danced professionally?
So I am a drama and dance teacher for primary school kids.
That's about the level we're talking. For Andy, the rest of the people there are actually great at musical theatre.
Yep.
Andy's the only one that's cajoled his way in here using his profile. Andrea, what move would you love to see him do?
So we do in my dance, we've been doing a lot of My Fair Lady songs. So I feel like it's very fitting.
This is perfect.
We do a lot of box steps.
Yep.
Yes.
Which are a very, very basic move, but it did take my preps a few weeks to learn how to do that, but I think Andy can manage that.
Yeah, I think I just showed Hamish the box.
Andy actually just box stepped in here, Andrea. We've got live dancing. Yeah, wow. Took the words right out of my mouth because we're in here listening to Avicii or something and Andy's box stepping.
I think I did it at least a grade 1 or grade 2 level as well.
We've got Jeff. I mean, we've got so many people.
I've had enough of it.
So many people here. What do you want to see Andy do, Jeff?
Well, I think he should ditch the costume and do a bit of a Miley Cyrus on a wrecking ball.
Great.
Okay,
That's
Jeff.
good. Modernise it, Ando, like the Spider-Man musical.
No, mate. No, it's not about that. It's not about attention seeking. It's
Oh, yes, it is. That's the whole reason you're doing it.
no, it's
That's the
true to the
point.
character. It's not like my.
Oh, you're doing just a private gig for 1,600 parents of the school, is it? God,
Turn it off, Jack.
Never stop playing it, Jack.
Same as Shanny. We're driving you home.
Ando, tonight's the night.
Yeah.
You've already got a light smattering of stage makeup on.
No,
You've already got your foundation done.
No, I don't.
Your cheeks are powdered. You have red lips. A beauty spot.
Oh, this is just natural then, but I've actually.
You're ready. You're ready for tonight because you're going back to your high school. They are holding a big night. It's called A Night of Song and Dance,
No, it's not.
starring former students.
It's a tribute concert tonight for the director of music at my old school, Mr Henley. Because he's retiring after many, many years. And yes, a few of the old boys have been invited back to sing a song, and then they performed.
When you found out that Peter Badger had been invited back to sing the song that he made famous at school, I'm Getting Married in the Morning, kicked up a stink, called the bursar, threatened to pull sponsorship of the Andy Lee Memorial Pool, and they said, okay, well, how do we solve this, Mr. Lee? You know we don't want to upset you, even though it is Peter Badger's song, that song, and you said, just let me sing it, and I'll write the check again, and you're going to have the pool.
Peter Badger was unavailable, and they did reach out to me.
He's at the bottom of the pool. He's trapped in the change rooms. And you
anyway,
go and throw him a hot dog a day just to keep him alive, and you'll probably release him after the concert tonight. So that's what's happening tonight. There is a wonderful musical production.
We'll cover this all off on Friday's show.
Yeah, we're going to go along tonight. Ando's got us backstage passes, which is huge. We get to meet, we might even get to meet Mr. Henley. We get to meet everyone involved in the show.
I hope not.
Ando, you did a rehearsal in here
sake,
the other day, practicing your mic technique. There was no dancing involved in this rehearsal, but this is a bit of the song that we have.
I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime. Pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper. But get me to the church.
Okay, we get it.
on
We get it.
Right. Now, I haven't heard any more of the song because I don't want to spoil it till tonight.
That's pretty much it.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Whom has been coaching you? Who's been training you?
No one.
Unbelievable. As you know, Ando, the all-new X Factor returns Sunday, 13th of September at 7 p.m. Who will be front and centre, but none other than Miss Danny Minogue, who joins us on the phone now. How are you, Danny?
I'm very good. How are you guys?
Well,
Andy, you must be absolutely bricking it for tonight.
No, I'm pretty confident, actually, Dan.
Danny, here's what you don't know, Ando. Yeah. I mean, obviously you didn't know Danny was coming on, but
no,
I
didn't.
managed to send her your full rehearsal version.
Oh, no.
She's a professional. She's on the X Factor.
Yeah.
She's guiding people into stardom. Danny, what were your thoughts professionally on Andy's singing?
Do you really want to know, Andy?
No. But I don't think that's going to stop
you think
you or Hamish.
You thought you were good enough to receive no guidance.
You know, actually, I thought it was really good. I really did. Genuinely.
It seems
There
like
you
you're doing
go.
that thing where
Well
I thought
done.
you were really good, come back next year and try again. It's which you do sometimes see on the X
Look, it's no
Factor.
Peter Badger, but it's an effort. Danny, anything you could work on? Anything that's too good that he needs to back off a bit?
Yeah, I reckon the confidence. Think
Too
he's really
confident not to.
confident. But have you thought about nerves? Do you have friends and family in the audience?
I do.
When you actually see them from the stage,
Yep.
what's going to happen then?
He'll be wrapped. He'll be wrapped. He'll be waving at them, winking at them. That's the whole reason this thing happened. I'm lucky I even found out about this. He was trying to sneak this through without us even knowing.
Yeah, I didn't want Hamish to know about this. And
Danny, the whole reason
I kept
that
it under wraps for 2 months.
The whole reason he's silenced Peter Badger and stolen his song is because he wanted to go back and show off for his family.
I don't want to show off my family. They have been since invited, and I'm not going to use that thing where you picture everyone naked in the auditorium to deal with your nerves, because I've got my mum and dad sitting next to each other smiling
And
back at me.
a lot of old school teachers.
Yeah.
Danny,
So what's your pre-show prep?
I'm probably getting niggled by Hamish. I think he's coming backstage.
I'm trying to toughen you up at the moment, mate.
I'll do
Danny,
it.
can I ask, on the X Factor this season, how many people perform in a Cockney accent?
None.
None, Ando.
Yeah, well, I'm not going.
So you're either standing out at the moment in what showbiz needs, or you've picked a very, very difficult genre.
Take hold of those nerves.
Yep.
Give it a good crack.
Thanks, Danny.
Stay in character.
Yeah.
And hold on to that last note and let the audience think, Oh, is he going to make it or not?
Yeah, great. So put a bit of reverb on the last
Leave
note.
them.
Okay, no,
What's the
that's
last
all right.
note, Ando?
That's actually a good bit of
Ando,
feedback.
take us out with the last
I'm
note.
not going to do it because
Please
I don't want to be laughed at by
Please
you
do
or
for
Danny.
Danny.
No.
Danny, it's what the crowd wants. Jack's nodding.
I'm not-
Everyone in here is giving you the thumbs up.
On time.
Well, we still
no,
have a
you've
few
gotta give
hours.
it more.
We still
Gotta
have
give
a
it
few
more.
hours.
Look,
Thanks,
all
Danny.
I think is to really hang on to that note as if we're not sure if you're going to make it.
As if I meant
Your
it.
popularity depends on it because
Okay.
it is the cool song.
My last note's dedicated to Danny Minogue. Tonight, the last note.
What a
There.
treat. There you go, Danny. Another career
Thank
highlight
you.
for you.
Just that one.
Thanks, Dan.
Thanks, Danny. Same as Danny.
Ando, tonight is a magical night. It's your night of high school song and dance.
Yeah.
We are going straight from here.
Yeah, well, our call time's 6 p.m, so we're not
Your
going to make
call
that.
time is.
My time, yeah.
We're going in black tie. Bearing in mind it's just at a high school,
Yeah.
but the school's deemed it to be black tie.
It's a gala event.
Okay. Well, so I assume Twilight Sports was black tie as well back at the school.
No, that was sports uniform.
Sports
Correctly
casual,
worn.
sports casual.
Correctly
Yep.
worn or you get a detention.
So if we're going from here to the gala event, the
Yeah.
1,600 seat theatre at the
Over
school.
1,000.
You did say on this show 1,600
I
seats.
had a guess.
You had a high guess because you're trying to impress everyone with the grandeur of tonight's event.
People can make their own mind up once
Here's what
see
we
it.
know.
Mhm.
The high school has decided to put this on to honour the outgoing music teacher.
Yes.
In a direct steal of the movie Mr. Holland's Opus.
Not a direct steal.
They have
very different.
got back ex-students, ranging back for the last 10, 15 years, to
Yep.
come back and sing the song that they were famous for at high school, from the upper school production, from the school play or musical. So tonight, we already know we're going to see some Les Mis, aren't we?
Yes.
With people, now adults, covered in stage grime, singing about
Not
being
stage grime,
French
yes, they will be in
revolutionaries.
costume, yes.
And, yelling for, freedom and resist,
Yeah.
screw authority and all that sort of all those songs from Les Mis, and we're pretty hungry. Then what other musicals we got?
West Side Story.
West Side Story.
The Producers. Oklahoma.
So we'll see some hats.
My Fair Lady.
We'll see some crack. Is there a whip crack in Oklahoma?
There's no whip crack.
So there's no.
And like I said, it's kind of like when West End gets the London Symphony Orchestra.
Nope, it's not like that at all. It's like when people that went to high school go,
in its form, because there'll be the school orchestra there,
No,
and then
'cause
the
that would be-
soloists walk out
that would be
and perform.
something that's
So
very.
you're not going to see sets and lots of costumes.
I don't doubt that the quality will be high because it's a good school and those guys are very good at what they do.
They just
My
like
main
their
beef has been all along that you heard this was happening. Now, the guy that sung your song, I'm Getting Married in the Morning, was a guy called Peter Badger.
Yeah.
That's who sung it at high school. You usurped Peter Badger. You stole his song because you wanted to come back and in front of your friends and family and the old school community show off.
He was unavailable, and I was asked.
We don't know why he was unavailable. It sounds like he's been threatened. We spoke to Peter Badger
No,
on
he
the
was
show.
interstate.
And he said he would have moved heaven and earth had he been given the chance to sing. But he said he's just a lowly architect and he doesn't have the fame or profile of a radio host. As you cackled in the background
That's not what he said.
and continued to extort him, I don't know how, but I'll find out how. And now it's too late because the show's on tonight. There's no way he can get to the theatre.
Yep.
Here's what we know about the song. And Jack, chuck your mic on for this too because I need you to back me up here. Here's what we know. Peter Badger should have sung it. But
Tonight,
he's not. Yeah.
he's unavailable. Yes.
It's being sung in a Cockney
Interstate.
accent.
Yes.
Which I think is an error, but
that's true to the song.
You have spent a lot of time here off air telling us about how this is a very cool song.
I've never said the
and
word
it's-
cool.
and it's the coolest song in the musical because
Again,
I'm
false.
Getting Married in the Morning's about having a big night,
Isn't
it? Before the wedding.
Yeah, that is true. That is what the song's
And
about.
you were like, it's actually pretty cool.
no, I didn't. I never said that.
It's about this guy that's
Jack
having a
said
monster.
it in a misquote about me.
I'll give you one more that I learned this morning.
Yeah.
The school's making a DVD of it.
Here's the thing, Ando. If you're going out there on stage, right? You're
Yeah.
going out to sing this cool song.
Yeah.
My worry is you haven't done anything to adapt it to modern day.
You
So
don't need
may
to.
I
That's what
make
music- no.
may I make a last minute suggestion? I have slightly rejigged the song
Yep.
for you.
Right. Who'd you get in? Skrillex or someone to?
Yep.
Yep. yeah.
Yep, Skrillex has helped me with
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
I've slightly rejigged it. I've changed not all of the lyrics, some of the lyrics.
Same theme though.
Same kind of theme. Look, it mentions your personal circumstances a bit more, But I guess I've just modernised the song a little bit, incorporate a little bit of, there's a shout out to Peter Badger in it.
So you're suggesting I could perhaps sing this version?
I would like you to consider singing this version. I think it will be more, if not more successful, more honest.
I won't say no before I listen, but I'll probably definitely say it after.
Check it out. It's called. It's actually called My Fine Lady. It's kind of hip hop.
Well, I'm getting married in the morning. Annie Lee, baby. I'm hooking up, and here's fair warning. Look out, look out. All you badass bitches and crazy ass hoes, y'all got 20 hours left to get tickets to this show, cause the A-Dog ain't gonna be free no more. Ooh. Wow. This is the coolest song that you ever heard. Word. Uh-huh. This is a beat for jocks and not for nerds. Yeah, musical jocks. Well, I'm a better singer than Pete Badger. Ooh. Yeah, yeah. Feel the power of my lyrics coming at ya. So powerful, it's not that hard to see. The prize goes to Andy Lee, cause Andy Lee is the king. The king!
And that's the version you'd like me to sing tonight.
I think the ending's the most powerful bit, and if we could have some sort of fireworks go off on stage.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the original.
Don't you think it would be great?
It's so last minute.
I could get this to the orchestra.
No, again, I wouldn't want to throw them. It's like an hour and a half away.
Oh.
But good stuff.
Big mistake.
I hear that it's up at HamishandAndy.com. Your recording of it.
A little bit of my rapping, yeah. But again, it's not me. This is for you. I wrote this song for you.
Certainly don't go to HamishandAndy.com to see Hamish rap.
Check it out on Instagram.
No, just don't go.
Look, tomorrow on the show, the whole last hour of tomorrow's show is going to be a recap of last night, Ando, where you went to your high school for your night of song and dance. Yep. It was... I just want to make sure that I properly give people the experience that I went through last night, and it's going to take some time to put it together.
Yep.
You went back. The impression we got was that you had been asked back to sing, especially for Mr. Holland's Opus. Mr. Holland was your music teacher, and he was leaving.
Mr. Henley.
Leaving the school, and everyone from past years had come back to say goodbye to him and sing their song they were famous for. Then we found out, actually, the song you're singing was meant to be sung by a guy called Pete Badger, but you pushed him out of the way and you demanded to sing it.
He was unavailable.
You believed in your heart you still had what it took. Then I find out there's only about 6 or 7 people that wanted to come back.
Well, no.
And you're one of them.
In that section...
And you demanded to, and you cost a man his dreams.
No, I was invited back. In that section, yes, there was 7 past students, but there was plenty of other people that came back.
Yeah, audience members.
No, and even at the start, which you didn't even see, there were past...
Sorry, mate. I was downstairs trying to get you in the zone.
Yeah. There were past students playing instruments as well.
I'm so impressed.
I'm just giving you the facts, not trying to impress you.
Well, all I'm saying is from the musical theatre department, of a span of 15 years, 6 or 7 people were willing to step up and say, I've still got it. Now,
we're invited. Yep.
In the course of the night, there was a moment where we were downstairs and you were reliving old school days, because not only were you heavily into musical theatre, even though you weren't the main role, Peter Badger was, even though you were heavily into musical theatre, you were also a prefect of this boys' school.
I was.
And I was amazed to find out something about the prefects, because we were sitting in the dressing room. You just come back from the toilets. Yep. Sitting there with another guy called Michael, who was also an ex-prefect.
Yeah, he was. I assume he was, but he was years younger than me.
Sure. You were amongst the oldest of the people that had come back.
The oldest,
proclaiming they've still got it. You came back from the toilet with this story.
I saw a kid in the bathroom that thought it was going to be late, so he'd run here and he'd run across the park.
Oh, he's sweating.
And he's sweating, so he was drying himself. And
the kid slipped in mud?
And he also slipped in mud.
I saw him before.
Yeah.
He's still going, is he?
He's still in the bathroom trying to clean the mud off his shoes because he just thought he was going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
It's pretty strict around here.
Could you have given him a detention back in the day? No, you couldn't have.
Yeah, I could have.
No, you couldn't.
I could have.
No, you couldn't have.
I could.
You could have referred him to a detention, but I don't think you had the power to give out detentions.
I had the power of detentions?
No, you couldn't have made him come in on Saturday.
Saturday, no, but midweek, yes. Wednesday night, Thursday night, no dramas.
Would you have given him one for that?
Actually, Mike, could we have given out the Saturday detentions as a prefect?
No, we recommended.
We could recommend.
So it was a recommendation. Sorry, Mike, how are you? I believe you're singing Oklahoma tonight?
That's what they tell me, yeah.
So you're a prefect as well?
I was.
And could we have given out a Saturday detention?
We could recommend giving out a Saturday detention. Fridays we could.
Fridays? So that's a
so
big,
would you give one out for dirty shoes?
Yeah. Saturday, yeah.
What, Saturday?
Mate, I told you.
Jesus.
Riff-raff like yourself don't belong around here.
Mate, I'd be on a chain gang in a week.
It's a pretty strict school, mate.
God, I know. Imagine if you broke a window, you'd be in the license plate shop. And last night, we had the absolute joy and pleasure of going to your high school to watch A Night of Song and Dance starring Andy Lee, which was
wasn't starring me. I was lightly.
That was your suggestion for the
featured.
poster. It was a night of musical theatre performance. I thought it was just a best of musical theatre.
It was a tribute to the music director who'd been there since 1972 or something.
Yes, and every child he'd ever met got on stage and played an hour-long solo. Very, very long night. Of tributes.
There was a lot of performances.
Mate, there was about 10 bands.
Yeah.
Orchestras, bands.
String orchestras, ensemble orchestras.
Flute gang. Like the string bandits got up and did a bit. It just went...
Chamber choir.
It went,
there was an organ solo at one point.
Yes, there was an organ solo, which meant that we were downstairs underneath the J.R. Pilkington Smythe Theatre for a long time, waiting while you got into your costume and the other people that you were doing your musical theatre medley with, the Les Mis people, Mike, who was singing Oklahoma, he was there. You're doing My Fair Lady.
Bit of West Side Story, that was Ben's role.
Yeah, you're in your top hat.
The producers as well.
Yep, all the big shows. You're in your top hat, and you were getting spruced up. And you were. I think the overwhelming feeling was like, Andy's so into this. Like it was quite hard to get your attention. And Jack, you and I had the same conversation. We were like, geez, you can't get a hold of Ando tonight because he's running off and warming up. And
no, he's looking over your shoulder every time he has a conversation with you. To a guy in a tux or a bow tie. Or
see if Ben's in the room because Ben, the professor. Have you talked to Ben yet? Meet Ben. Ben does musical theatre.
Ben was good. Ben was.
Oh man, I know you were starstruck around Ben. You were very, very excited. So it meant that I had a bit of time to go. Okay, well, if Andy's not interested in chatting to me, got to make your own fun. But what a treat to be here at his high school. And maybe, I was probably a bit more rebellious than you back in the day, Ando. You're a prefect. I thought maybe I can get up to a bit of mischief here. And a thought crossed my mind. I thought, do I do some graffiti?
I knew I shouldn't have brought you on.
Imagine the shockwaves that will run through the school community if the prefect has bought I assume I was under your protection and you gave your word that I'd behave.
Not for you at all.
Well, I'm glad you didn't, Ando, because I got my pen and I snuck off to the toilets. All right, I'm down here in the underground at Andy's old high school in the TC Wilmington toilets, just loitering around because I want to get in there and frame Andy with some graffiti for a boy that was the prefect of his high school. This is the deepest crime I can commit whilst on school property. I've just got to think of something to write that would unmistakably be written by him. It's super important to write a message that's kind of cool and graffiti-like, but that only Andy would have written. Bingo. Looks like someone's going to get a detention 15 years after they graduated. Okay, coast is clear, let's go. No, I decided not to go, just browsing. Got out undetected, Ando.
What'd you write?
Took a photo of it for you. Video's going to go up online any second now of my graffiti attempt. I've got two photos here for you. One wide, one close up. You can read it out for the people. So it's on the back of the toilet door.
Yeah.
Read it out for everyone. It's quite long.
I'm Andy Lee, so that does put me in the...
Not often do you get a graffiti starting out with a name check.
Yeah. And I'm unquestionably the most superior musician to ever graduate from this school, signed with a colon, Andy Lee.
Yeah.
Your best attempt at my signature and a musical note at the end of the E on the L.
Yeah. So that is now. How do you feel as a prefect? That's now in the toilets at your school defacing and there was not, of course, there was not one scrap of graffiti in the toilet.
No, that's wiped off by now. My school, that's gone by now.
No.
Yeah,
still there. I rang the bursar. Told her to go and laminate it. I said it was like a Banksy. Don't destroy it.
Hamish and Andy. Ham, before we go to another day.
Tomorrow's show, Ando, Pants Off Friday. It's going to be an absolute belter. Whole second hour. We've got so much audio from last night from your night of song and dance at your high school, where you went back and you sung a song from My Fair Lady.
Yep. You were tremendously helpful in parts and tremendously unhelpful in others.
I was just flabbergasted the whole night.
Just before walking out, you're still in the wings. Distracting people.
I wasn't distracting anyone. I was yelling at them to shut up.
You were getting shushed.
I was shushing harder than anyone, mate. I was doing it for the theatre.
Which is exactly the type of thing someone does when they're getting shushed. Hamish had a good move, which was if he's getting shushed, he'd shush back louder as if he was the one getting the shh, you shush.
Shut up. It was good fun shushing a shusher.
Yeah.
Jack, would you agree that what we've got for people on tomorrow's show is a very special hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
I mean, Jack was with us last night, helping out, record some of the stuff.
Because, I mean, I guess we were surprised as well about what we saw. We thought it was going to be, really boring, which a little bit it was because it went for so long. But also, it was also really interesting to see Andy in his natural element.
Guys, I mean... Yeah, I think I'm glad that the fun stops tomorrow.
Mate,
I was trying to keep this under the radar
from
you.
That's why it's your natural element. This isn't me forcing you to do this.
No.
It wasn't like the crazy radio challenge. It was actually your deepest, darkest desire that somehow we found out about.
I was just invited, and I said yes.
This isn't it. Yeah, yes, please. And then you were invited because you stole the part away from a guy called Peter Badger who did sing it when he was at school.
I didn't steal. I was invited because he was unavailable. But hey, yes, we were on our way out there last night.
Your big thing was you had to sing this song, I'm Getting Married in the Morning.
Yeah.
And your character was Professor Donk?
No, he's just Doolittle.
Doolittle.
No, Doolittle.
Doesn't he talk to the animals?
No, that's Dr. Doolittle. This is this guy.
Same name?
Yeah, well, yeah. This one probably came first, to be honest.
Oh, right. Haven't you got Dr. Doolittle, eh?
Well, no, I'm just saying.
You're better than Eddie Murphy. Here's the thing: we're on our way out to the high school, and you're actually. I'm trying to, have a bit of a giggle at the whole scenario, but your mind was preoccupied with trying to get your lyrics right.
Yeah, I hadn't put as much work into them as I'd probably hoped, and that's what I was thinking about on the drive out.
Which is funny because you've obviously been dying to re-perform this for 15 years, but yet you hadn't remembered the lyrics. So we were trying to run through a bit of a last-minute lyric check.
I didn't perform it in the first place.
That's true. You only stood there and yearned to be Peter Badger. This was your chance.
Heading up to the high school lyrical practice. So how does it go?
My problem is that I know all the ingredients. I just don't know at what times you put them in the pot.
Yeah.
So it's very repetitive except for, the pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper. There's a lot of interchangeable ones of those.
So let's run straight up. I'm getting married in the morning. I'm getting married tomorrow.
Ding dong, the bells are going to chime. Then it's pull out the stopper, let's have a whopper. Then it's girls come and kiss me.
Boys want to piss on me.
No, show how you miss me. Yeah. Don't put other ones in my head. I mean, if I actually come out with boys want to piss on me,
I will be cheering. I'll be the proudest dad there.
No, you didn't, though, did you?
No, I didn't. Thankfully, I didn't sing the suggested alternative lyric from Hamish. Girls come and kiss me, boys come and piss on me.
You heard him, kids. He's a prefect. You got to do what he says. Look, it was amazing, Ando. From the pre-show nerves to...
Thank you guys for coming out and supporting the night. I will say that.
We've barely scratched the surface. Please do listen to tomorrow's show because it's just wonderful. As we go through the whole journey of the build-up to Andy's performance. There's a few twists, there's a few turns. But in the end, I will say you did get out there.
I did get out there. For everyone who tuned in today, they would have heard Naturally 7. A big thanks to those guys for coming in. They took on every artist on the playlist. Videos will be up tonight of them performing it live. You've got to see it. We'll push it out in our socials. Choose your pipe. Choose your social media pipe.
Choose your content pipe. What do you want it on? What do you want it through? Put your mouth up to maybe Facebook's your pipe. Maybe Twitter's your pipe. Maybe Instagram's your pipe. Yeah. Maybe you got a few pipes. Maybe you just run one pipe. Whatever your content pipe is.
It'll definitely be up.
Yeah, that's another pipe.
You'll see them performing every single instrument with their mouths, and they can vocalise it all. It's all there. And HamishNandy.com for the podcast as well. We will catch you tomorrow.
Big show tomorrow. See you then. Here we are, Endo. Wednesday night was the night of song and dance at your high school. Yep. And the nerves were there. We drove out together to your old high school. I'd never actually been to your high school. We got on, it was a classic high school night. Yep. I mean, you said it was a 1,600-seat theatre. I think it was probably closer to 1,000. That's still a big theatre.
Yeah. And then they opened
PP Wilmington Theatre.
They opened the back doors and kind of added a few more chairs.
Trestle tables and stuff at the back.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people there. So it's the classic, park on the hockey field, park on the oval. Someone's got glow sticks. Everyone's volunteering.
Yeah.
Big night. Parents are in suits. I felt a bit underdressed. I was just sort of in jeans and sneakers, but I had a blazer on.
And you also had the Hamish and Andy tie.
And in that sense, I felt overdressed. I had the limited edition tie on. We pick up the action where we were just sort of milling around stage door as everyone was sort of rocking up. And
about to go to the back of the auditorium.
Like all the students were, there would have been 1,000 students there, wouldn't there? Like there was hundreds of students.
There would be, There'd be hundreds of students, and there was business time. It was go time for them. I mean, they've given up their lunch times for the last 6 months to practice for this
night. And so they're all in they're essentially in little practice business suits, little felt business suits, which is what
a blazer is.
That's what school uniforms are. So everyone's, it's very, very formal. Everyone's set up. But mostly I was just excited to be at your school.
I'm getting married in the morning.
Well, here we are, Andy. Back at the old stomping grounds.
Have you been to my school?
No, God, no. The hallowed ground? No. No.
Yeah, this is it.
What do we got here? The JP Chittenson hockey field?
Not too far off, actually. It's called the JTO.
Cool.
Jack Tobias Oval.
How is Jack?
Played a bit of hockey out there, Ham.
I just realised I said, how is Jack? And almost certainly dead. So he's not good anymore.
No.
So we're just, people are milling around there, coming
Hi
in.
there, how are you? Nice to meet you. Hi there.
Maths teacher. Here's a gun. Let's put it. There's a.
Hey there, how are you?
Cello?
Yeah.
Cello for you too.
Cello
for you too. Bit of an orchestra gag. So it's all happening here at the stage door.
Say, get me to the church on time.
The boys then entered the stage door into a backstage hallway of musical memories.
Now, there's a lot of hubbub here backstage. The energy's electric. You're about to get into your costume. The thing that I forgot about a lot of backstage sort of high school drama areas is there's photos all over the wall of past productions.
Yeah.
And it's just, you now look at it with grown eyes. Yeah. It's just children dressed as
children dressed as adults,
Here's a child World War I soldier. Here's, like an 8-year-old digger. Here's an 8-year-old judge.
Yep.
Here's a 12-year-old mobster. But it's great to be back in these halls.
Hamish and Andy were glad they got there early, so they didn't miss the orchestra tuning up.
Putting people off.
I'm going to flatten your night, Lee.
Don't flatten my night. Make it sharp, if anything. The flutes are now checking their tuning.
This kid's using an app to tune up his flute. That's 2015, isn't it?
The boys were positioned in the male performance dressing room, and some of the sights Haim wasn't prepared for.
Michael's getting into cowboy gear.
Yeah, well, he's singing Oklahoma.
He's in chaps. I just looked in the mirror and saw a man in chaps. Mike, you going to put a gun in that holster?
Yes, I am.
Hey, really? Jeez, you got a gun! All right, I'm looking forward to Oklahoma. I'm going to say, and probably more than My Fair Lady.
Mine's the cool song.
Oh, yours is the cool song for the jocks. That's what everyone's saying, isn't it, Mike?
That's correct. Living up to his old past.
Okay, pull your head in, both of you.
Or what, jock?
So there you go.
You did a very good, to be honest, you did a very good job of turning a lot of people against me just as soon as we arrived.
You heard it there from Mike, a former student living up to his old self, the old musical jock. Even though you were downstairs getting ready for My Fair Lady, still swinging your weight around, telling other kids in the musicals to pull their head in.
I think Mike, if I saw Mike's manoeuvre and I commend it, he's like, well, Haim can either have a go at me for wearing chaps again, or I can join in teasing Andy.
Mike could do whatever he wanted. He had a gun. Up next, as the moment draws closer, you can feel the nerves crescendo because your musical medley was coming up.
Yep.
There was still by this stage of the night, so about 19,000 children had to play an instrument on stage. But we were working through them
slowly,
and we were getting to the bit where you had to go on stage, and it's not without its high tension.
We've just started the journey, Ham, of how Wednesday night went.
And you were part of the musical medley. Yep. A small part of I thought the whole evening was this. I was sort of led astray. But it was my impression that...
I'm not going to go back 5 minutes. My piece was 5 minutes. I mean, it's a huge concert night.
Well, that was news to me because Jack and I thought it'd be a kind of an in and out.
Yeah.
And then I saw the bloody program for the night.
Mate, look at this. This is going to go on forever. So it starts with trumpet fanfare. Then we go into the German project. Then there's the welcome from the captain of music. Senior school flute ensemble comes out and pipes around for a bit. Viva Regina goes on for a bit. God Save the Queen, Rule Britannia. There's a song called Pomp and Circumstance, March number 1. Then the Heighton Chamber Orchestra comes out, led by Edward Tan.
Yeah.
You know the conductor, Robert Walkley's going to not mess about. He's going to take his time.
So chamber orchestras are smaller strings and piano.
Senior school concert band then comes out. They sing folk song suites.
No, they play it. There's no singing because it's a band.
Organ solo. About that stage, the crowd will be chanting for an organ solo. Then Nundaket Allegrot gets played.
Well, yeah, we're one of the
God.
We're one of the only schools that actually has a real old school
then
working
the senior
organ.
school stage band comes out. They play Take the A Train. Then the school choir comes out and blasts out a few songs. Then we get to you.
Yeah, and then we're halfway.
then you
So then we've got the chorale choir.
Then the headmaster, Paul Hicks, comes out. He has a chat. Senior school orchestra comes back on.
They're playing Mozart and Dvorak.
This is going to go forever.
Yeah.
Mate, look at this. In the program, there's all this music. What does that say?
It's the audience part.
Now read it.
It's hard, isn't it? It's in German.
There's soprano, alto, tenor, bass for the audience part. It's a 4-part audience part. Now read it.
I don't know. Fröde, Schöne, Gottenfunken.
Mate, this goes on for 3 pages and it's the audience bit. It's in German and it's a 4-part.
The people's school.
This is the most complicated school song night of all time. Mate, my school, we came down, all of us, and just played Sweet Home Alabama on the guitar.
All of you?
All of us.
Yeah, exactly.
I was on drums, but most of the school was on guitar. Then all the parents passed around cigars and we all rode home on our motorbikes. That was my school.
Difficult audience participation.
Yeah, it really was. I mean,
we were obviously backstage for that, but I'm going to go back to the DVD of the night if there's any left, and I recommend people get in touch with your high school if they also want to get a DVD of the night. They are available for $30 from the AV department.
Just see how many people are participating in the audience.
I don't think, like normally, like if, I don't know, so like a big show comes out on DVD, like Breaking Bad, they'll print like, 100,000.
Yeah.
I don't know if the school's done like a run of 5,000. I think it's more of a like, we got a call, we'll print one.
Yeah, I think so.
But go have a listen back certainly to the crowd participation. That'd be a highlight.
This was us killing time, as you heard. It was a long time before we came
We had so much time to kill. It was like a zombie movie. Time just kept coming and coming and coming. We just had to keep killing it and killing it and killing it. And Wednesday night, we were back at your high school.
Yeah.
We were in the bowels of the PP Nuttingsworth Theatre.
Yeah.
And we were ready. We were getting ready for you to go up on stage and finally, after 15 years of yearning, get to perform the song from My Fair Lady that you didn't yourself sing. No. Another guy called Peter Badger sang it at high school, but you had managed to weasel your way into a spot.
He was unavailable.
For your old high school's night of song and dance, and I couldn't imagine you happier. You were just bouncing off the walls.
Tribute to Mr Henley. I was very happy to be there.
I know. You showed no resistance. And this is the moment before you and the 7 or 8 other people in the musical medley in costume were about to go up to the stage.
Okay. Well, this has to be said that Andy Lee is in his absolute natural habitat here with musicals. It's like watching a zebra on a zebra crossing. It's like he fits in perfectly. It's incredible. They're making a lot of theatre jokes, a lot of laughing and being in character. He put his top hat on before Jack and spun on his heels and grinned at me. And it wasn't a joke. I think he expected me to go, top of the morning, Governor. Andy Lee, how do you feel?
I don't need you singing.
This is it.
Tonight's the night.
Oh, Andy, quick, with maximum haste. Run up and show your face. In the wings, prepare to sing. This is your night. Do you remember your dance?
I don't have a dance, remember? But yeah, we there's a bit of hubbub going backstage.
So much
people are
warming up.
Doing some warming up. Well, they're going to go out and
Do you want to warm up for real?
Yeah.
I'm here to support you. Go for it. Do a real warm up.
I don't think you're ever here to support
I'm 100% here to support you.
This is the analogy. You are bringing in a broken chair and saying, sit down. Have a seat, mate, every time you pretend to support me.
How could I?
The chair will crumble.
How could I
and you
trick
will laugh
you
at me
during a warm-up? I want your pipes to be ready.
Mayo. seriously. Keep it down.
Oh my God,
distract those
you're
guys.
moving. Your gang's moving.
Feel free to try and distract me, but don't distract them.
I'm not trying to be funny here. You have actually spent more time with them than me. With your music gang.
Well, yeah, because they're not bagging me out.
They understand you more.
Exactly.
I'm not bagging you out at all. I'm trying to support you.
You were trying to turn them against me as well.
I'm not.
Shut up. So we're getting shushed here.
The thing is, I just can't help but think.
Yeah.
You didn't want me to find out about this. What would you have said you were doing tonight? Because here you are, side of stage, dressed like a sexy undertaker, about to go out and sing.
I wouldn't have told you. I would have been off the grid.
What are you doing?
I would have said, hey, I'm catching you.
How often do you do this? Have there been other nights? Shh. Shut up, guys. Shut up.
There has not been other nights.
Why? How can I believe you? Because you look so natural. God, it looks like you really love doing it.
Just if you're going to do something, do it properly.
No, but this is more. This is more for you. This is like watching a man that's been dying in the desert of thirst for 100 years get a Gatorade. You're so happy.
I think you really just put a bit too much tinsel on top of that. It's not.
You're giddy.
Mate,
I know you.
All I'm doing is trying to remember the lyrics, and you're not helping.
When you told me about Beck, you were like, yeah, I'm seeing a girl. This is nowhere near the level of excited you are for tonight.
That's unfair,
and I
Beck.
support you, so don't be nervous.
Just shut up.
Shut up. Shut up, everyone. Shh, you. Put a sock in it, guys.
Okay, we're on next.
Good luck. Enjoy it out there. I know you will, because I've never seen you so happy in my life.
Stick around, everybody. The performance, I guess, after this, after pestering from Hamish Blake.
The thing is,
finally,
though, what I was
relief.
actually trying to do was calm you down, take your mind off it, because I knew you were nervous. You were excited but nervous, and by having a bit of a laugh, did the trick, didn't it?
No, it
kept you nice and calm.
Zero help.
Don't misinterpret this. This is me saying to you, you obviously love it. Do more. Do more of it.
I'm happy with the amount I've been doing.
Well, the song's next, and I don't think people are going to disagree with me when I say you bloody steal the show. This is it, Ando. This is the bit where I think everyone's going to realise it's all worth it. This journey started a few weeks ago when unfortunately, the cat was let out of the bag.
Yeah.
First of many cats to be let out of the bag. Here's cat number one. You said, look, the high school, my old high school is doing a thing. I'm
pretty proud of myself. I was trying to get ahead of the scandal because...
Tried to admit it early.
Because my parents was onto it and had told my girlfriend and my brother, and I just knew it'll get back to you. But yes, I was invited back to the school to do a performance of my high school musical as a tribute to Mr Henley, the director of music who was retiring.
It's a direct rip-off of Mr Holland's Opus. That's the idea that the school was going with the film. That was cat number one. Cat number two to come out of the bag was, wait a second, this wasn't even Andy's song. He never sung it at high school. He wished he'd sung it, but a guy that was better at singing than him, Peter Badger, sung it.
Didn't wish I'd sung it, but yes, it was certainly not my song.
Suddenly, a lot of doubt was cast on the phrase, they requested me. Suddenly,
by you.
Suddenly, it made a lot more sense that you had heard that this night was happening, and finally this was your chance to get back up on that stage and shine in front of your mum and dad and all the other mums and dads and sing the song that you in your heart thought you were better at than Peter Badger.
Peter Badger, simply unavailable.
So that's where we were Wednesday night. We're side of stage. There's a whole bunch of other people that were in costume, other performers, ex-students.
Who you were distracting?
I was just trying to have a friendly chat with, like a casual stagehand, wishing them chookers before they went out to sing their bits of their medley there. And so a couple of the Les Mis gals were there. I couldn't see you because of the way the side of stage was set up, but I could hear it. And I think I got a good enough impression of what was going on from hearing it, because that was a crowd out there that was not unentertained. They bloody were loving it. But I think we pick up the action, Ando, where you're in the wings but not visible to the audience yet.
No.
The musical medley has started, but you're waiting for your song to come on, My Fair Lady, before you waltz out and give the audience what they paid $900 at Pop for.
And you had to be a bit further back at this stage.
Oh, yes, I wasn't allowed near the performance.
This is it. They're singing Oklahoma.
Yes, they are.
Here we go. Andy's dancing involuntarily. He's popping up and down. Now he's seen me seeing him and he's trying to pretend he meant it. Oh my God, this is it. is it. This is what he's trained for. Andy's waited 15 years for this moment.
I'm getting married in the morning. Ding dong, the bells are gonna chime.
A few giggles from the audience. A lot of giggles backstage. Yeah, I can't take it seriously.
Let's have a whopper.
Jeez, he's bringing it though, isn't he?
He is. He's really good.
He's no badger, but he's more of an otter.
I've got to be there in the morning.
It's just incredible. His parents would be wrapped. They'd be crying. Yeah. Definitely.
Peter Badger's parents are probably also crying.
They're real tears. Yeah. Peter Badger's parents are crying because they haven't heard from him for 4 weeks because he's at the bottom of a well.
I'll get married in the morning.
God, how long's his song?
Extended it just for Andy.
At Andy's wish?
Yeah, he cracked the shits. He was too short before. That's why they're doing the reprise with the entire choir behind him.
These hands are in his pocket. He's swaying back and forth, and he's doing actual dancing. He's doing ye olde gentleman dancing.
Get me to the church on time.
Oh my God! Well done, Ando. He brung it. He bought it. That's the biggest cheer of the night. Well done, Ando. Shh, 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 shh. Well done, mate. From where I stood, everything fell into place. From the start, I was like, why? Why has Ando done this? Why has he secretly signed up to this thing? Why has he twisted the school's arm to let him do it? Why has he kidnapped Peter Badger? Why is Peter Badger's family worried about it? Why has he done all this to steal Peter Badger's song and get up there and sing?
Yeah.
Because you had a belief in yourself.
I did.
And you've got a passion.
I was very excited when I got out there.
Blind Freddie could see that you're excited, and deaf Doris could hear that you're excited.
I was certainly excited, and maybe that's what got me.
Mate, I've seen you in your natural habitat. You at a high school level performing musicals. That's your natural habitat.
I think I'm most proud because I looked out and saw Gavin Fleer, my ex-school captain. Out there.
Gav.
Yeah, and
what's he doing here?
He smiled back. Mate, everyone loves this guy. I can tell you, everyone loves Mr Henley.
You did this to get a smile from your old school captain. No, mate, come on. It was the 90s. Why don't we let it go?
It's just pleasing that Gav gave me a nod.
Sure. Yeah. Well, honestly, it was great.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate your support throughout the whole thing.
I think you knew.
Thank you. I was worried that my support was going unnoticed. It's just nice to be appreciated.
Two mates acknowledging a big lie from me at the end. Look.
It was bloody good. I want people to go and see the video. HamishAndy.com. Like I said, it all fell into place. I understood what you were going for. I understood what you knew you were capable of.
Look, it was tremendous.
Tore the bloody house down.
I don't think that...
It was a standing ovation, wasn't it?
Certainly the West Side Story fellow band.
You're being bashful.
He did an amazing
You're being
job.
bashful.
Anyway,
You're
it is
the star
Hamish.
power.